Alright, we're back with some Nemesis. Welcome back, everybody. Decided to add a commentary to this one. I don't tend to commentate too much on the Ghostface videos, but, you know, Freddy or Nemesis or whoever I post, I'll just probably commentate those. Legion is coming into the fray. But anyway, so we're flying right in here. We go after Yui. Personally, I don't really know how crouching dodges the tentacle. I've always wondered that, because I'm like, if the tentacle's coming from above, how do you crouch below it? I wasn't sure. But that's my own thing. Nothing in this game makes sense. So, right off the rip here, I was like still learning Nemesis. I'm not at like super like mastery yet level at this at Nemesis, but he is very fun. I really enjoy playing Nemesis here. So right off the rip, we can see that everybody's crowded. We're gonna go kick the gen. They wasted their firecracker there, so we want that nowhere to hide value. We go ahead and chase after Yui for a little bit, and then we get the infection, which is fantastic. And then we go right back around, just starting to run away. Ace gets all confident. We know Yui's also just kind of lingering around. They're just not on gens, so that only benefits me. So we go ahead and go around for a bit. I was still kind of figuring out, like, you know, what the tentacle could hit over. I guess that wall is just a little too tall, which I didn't realize. The Ace is being really greedy with the pallet, which is fine. So we go ahead and keep following him. I think with the loop like that, you kind of, I don't know why he slow vaulted toward me, but hey, he took the hit. They're also messing around with the zombies, so that's perfect for me, because they're not on gens. So he dead hards right past the zombie, gets knocked to the ground. Fantastic play with the zombies. I go for the pickup, but they get the lucky flashbang, so unfortunately he makes his way out. But right off that moment there, I was like, yeah, we're dealing with a quote-unquote bully squad, so I'm going to see how quick they fall. Go ahead and knock that wall down. It makes it a lot easier to traverse the building a little bit here. I go back up the steps because I hear them on the generator. Go ahead and punch her in the face. Yep. And then we gotta kick the gen again for nowhere to hide value. And this is why this build is as good as it is. Hitting her down to the ground just got us 2 gens hit at the same time without having to manually kick. They go for the blind like a moron. We got it. I could have probably put them in the basement, I think, if the basement was in the main building. But I hook them here next to the generator because it's a little bit easier to defend the gens and the hook at the same time. So now the zombies are active. We know that they're going to kind of watch that area for me. And I can, from where I'm standing, can see the generators, see if they get on it. So I can go between the 2 generators. We notice that the zombies are following somebody, so we go to see if we can cut them off. Which we notice that they're already starting to start inching their way over to try to get the save, which is perfect for us. Yes, sir. So there goes Yui. She is infected, so we can probably go for the infection, which is what I was trying to go for. But it is a level 1 tentacle, so it's not as powerful. They're wasting time blinding the zombie for no reason, which means I get the hit on Yui, so she can't save. There's still another one. So mind you, that's 2 survivors that aren't on a generator. So we go ahead and get the injury. Or at least I tried to, because it was almost on second state. I could have probably waited for the grab, to be fair. Like, that would have been much more efficient. And they got 1 gen done and all of that. And that's about like 4-ish minutes into the match. They finally got 1 gen done. So we know Cheryl still had a borrow time active, so we're just going to wait it. We just waited it out a little bit longer. And now because we opened this wall, it makes going around this corner a lot easier. We go right back around, cut back in. She dead ours for no reason, which was a good bait. I messed up because I thought she was going to go for a spin. She did not. So I go ahead and deck her in the back of the head. So now we see this one inching closer, so we're going to go get the injury on them so they can't easily get any saves. And then we know there's another one coming because they always have 2 people ready to save. So we bait the pickup there. Of course, Ace is already flying over to the front of me, trying to quote-unquote get the blind. The hook's are also right there next to me as well, so it works out perfectly. I go to fake the pickup again. We turn back around. Ace is still there. He should have ran away, but he's still there. So we go ahead and try to bait it. We got another hit. So boom, level 2. Now we see Yui's here. We punch her. And then we go ahead and go right after Cheryl, which falls right back down again. Which also, if the gen did have progress, Jolt would have activated. Then we know Ace is going for it. He dead ards. That's fine. He has to go men, so he doesn't have. He can't go for the save. Yui ran off. The zombie's also following Ace. We go after Ace again. We knock him straight to the ground. And then we finally pick up Cheryl. Then we can put her on the hook pretty much right next to me. And then we can just defend the two. The one on the ground and the one on the hook at the same time. So that's fantastic. It's great. It's a great way to play. Great way to defend. So if you're a killer main watching this, you can definitely take some notes. Always try to bait that pickup. If you notice that they're always like coming after, try to get that save. You want to be there. So I noticed that they're coming up for the save. I was gonna go for the hook, but I noticed that they're trying to linger by, kind of walk by. So that's 3 people not on the generator. So that's fantastic. She runs off. She's injured, and is she infected? No, she's not. So we kind of stay by the hook. One of them has to make a move. So Yui is injured. She's going to go in for the play. And then that's where the other one comes in. I punch Cheryl. I meant to go hit the other, but it's fine. So I went to go find Cheryl because we know she's on death hook, so we want to get her out the game. She wasted time dropping the pallet on the zombie, so then that's perfect for me because that gave me information. And I go after Cheryl again. And we kind of have to commit to getting Cheryl out the game. She's running in basically into a dead zone, so we pretty much can get her out the game now. If she vaults, we can pretty much get her right there, and we knock down the 2 gens that were progressed. You vault right through. And I figured because they're all healing themselves, they won't be able to get the save, so you go straight over to that nearest hook, and we knock them out of the game. I wasn't... Oh, wow. So we got the full 3-man trying to go for the save. So I get the free knockdown on Yui. I'll damage her, the other Yui. And then Ace, I was about to get like the 3rd swing, just to see if get everybody injured at the same time. It's fine by me, so I go ahead and see if anybody's around, see if anybody's close. I faked the pickup again. They didn't stay close, so I was like, I'll just hook Yui, I'll get the free hook. Doesn't matter to me. They all go for the blind. So, once again, that's 4 people not on a generator. Ace thinks I'm going to chase him for some reason when I have no incentive to do so. He's not injured, he's only infected. There's no reason for me to chase Ace. No reason at all. So I look around, I'm trying to find Cheryl. We know we can try to see if the zombie will spot anything or if I find any scratch marks. I noticed her crouching, so we went over there to go after Yui. And she'll most likely give me the pallet because she is injured, and that's what we want. We kind of fake it, which, I mean, Nemesis is just really tall, so it's kind of hard to mind game some of this stuff. So I tried to go for like a couple of spin moves and trying to get them to try to throw them off a little bit. So she finally drops the pallet, which is fantastic for me. I'll go ahead and break the pallet because that's exactly what I wanted. And we go after Yui now. She's in a tight hallway, so she kind of can't really dodge anywhere. We knock her straight to the ground. Go ahead and pick her up. We're facing the wall so they can't blind us, and then we go straight for the hook that's right next to us. And bam. Now we're going to leave her because she's has a full bar, so we're not even worried about her. We noticed that they just stunned my zombie, and they're working on this generator, so we're going to go ahead and pick it for nowhere to hide value so we can go and look around for a little bit, see where they are. You notice one is in the main building. We know that one is on a hook, and the other 2 are either on a gen or trying to go for the unhook themselves. We need to go after the Cheryl because you know she's the weakling. 1 more gen got done, so that's not too bad. We're still making great progress. The Cheryl is still injured for some reason, so she's either running around and hiding. We noticed that Cheryl just walked right by trying to blind, which is perfectly fine. I went for the punch to see if I could maybe get the hit there. I messed up there. That was my bad. I was still learning learning Nemesis. So she gave me the pallet. That's fantastic for me. I'll just take that for free. But we noticed scratch marks on our left side, so we're going to go after Cheryl because we know Cheryl's on death hook and also never got healed. Ace is thinking he's going to get some kind of attention. He's not. There's no reason for me to chase him at all. So but at least we know that Ace is not on a gen. And maybe Yui might be the only one on the generator. We notice Cheryl goes to a generator. She's like struggling. We try to go for that hit there for the infection, but it's completely fine because we just kicked the gen again for nowhere to hide value. We know where she is. Cheryl stayed close. She should have ran away. So we're going to go after her now. So we kind of do like the little kind of moonwalk a little bit. Kind of hesitated so I can bait her to like go for it. She had dead art. I totally forgot about that at the time. So we know that she's going to the main building. We're going to go ahead and check the gen again. The other one is lingering as well, not on a gen. I was still learning how to use the tentacle there. I was trying to like use like kind of flick, but I think you can only do that with Pyramid Head. Which, you know, that's kind of good. Got the pallet out the way, thank you. So I was playing a bit of Pyramid Head too as well before I started playing Nemesis, so it kind of threw me off. So Ace is just looking for attention. He has no reason. He has no reason to do so. He has nothing for me. It brings me no benefit. So we go after Cheryl. We notice that she's gonna go for the vault. She went for the medium because she panicked, I guess. So we hit 2 gens for free, and we hit him as well. He has to go mend. We're probably gonna hit Ace again because we want to hit the generator twice. So we hit the generator twice. So that's both gens for about 7% because I have it level 2, and then we're just gonna punch Yui again, get her out the way. The Cheryl is still on the ground. We need to find Cheryl. We knocked down Yui as well, so that damages the gens 3 times. So whatever progress they thought they had. I pick up Cheryl finally. There's no way they can save her, so we just put her straight up on the hook. They picked up Ace, but we already got Cheryl out the game like we wanted. And then we also have this other one that's injured. We know that they can't really save, so we go ahead and pick up Yui now. They can't blind me, so I go straight over here. I looked around, but I didn't find any hooks nearby, so I'm just gonna go after. I'm just gonna leave her down. So it forces Yui to go for the save while I go after Ace. This completely pushes the game to my side. So he goes for the pallet. We're gonna go ahead and go for that tentacle slap. It did not work. We bait him to do it. I went to use my tentacle there. I didn't want to punch because I like my fingers slipped off of L2 when I went to press R2. Alright, so then we noticed that they made some noise over here by the main building. They vaulted in. We know that one of them is there. We saw 2 of them by this generator. I believe it was 1 or 2 of them. So we just kind of follow them around the loop. She starts running off. Which, mind you, if I hit her again with a punch, it damages the gen again. So they did finish another gen, but that's also why Deadlock is also kicking in. That's what we want. So I was trying to push her toward the basement. I don't know if I was successful or not. I think it might have been too far. Maybe. I think it was. Yeah, it was. Because the prompt had popped up like right there, but then it didn't let me hook. But that's perfectly fine because then if I knock them down with another punch, it'll automatically hit the gens. But plus, now they're all running to go save Yui now. So they're not, once again, not on a gen. We punch her down again, we damage the gen again. So the gens just keep dropping. The more they keep going for the save, the more the gens keep dropping. So we punch Ace again. We know he has dead art. At least I think he did. So we go right back over to the person. They're laying under the pallet. That's exactly what we want. We fake it. Yui's already lingering, trying to get the blind. We already know what she wants. We go hit her because she's vaulting through the window. We get a little more infection. We notice that she's still going back around the shack, thinking I'm going to loop. I'm not. I'm going to go right back to faking it. I stand there for a bit. Nobody's around. Nobody's around. So we go right back in. We see where she is. She's probably hiding around the wall. Yes, she is. She runs around. And then we go to fake it again. Yep, nobody. So because we still have Ace having to do 2 generators on his own. So I noticed that, you know, I try to fake it as if I'm gonna chase. I finally go for the pickup. She knows she's distracted by the zombie, so we knock down Ace and we damage the generator again. He really tried to get the pallet save, but that's why I stand in the pallet for a while. And now we have the chance to drop Yui into the basement, and that's what pushes it to our side even further. Perfect. So now she's on the second hook, and now we have Ace under the pallet. So we just go for the immediate pickup because we know that Yui isn't going to go for the save. Which, well, not the pallet save, I should say. She does go for the unhook, which is perfectly fine. We just go ahead and hook Ace right in front of his face, or her face. They did throw a stun, but it didn't matter. So they wasted their stun grenade. I hit her back down to the ground, and then we go back down. We punch Ace so he can go mend, and then Yui is still there, so if she goes for window, we can hit her. I kind of waited a little bit, see if I can get the hit there. I should have canceled, I think, because she just kept swerving around. So we go ahead and try to. He's gonna go mend again. He likes to mend in the middle of the open, so I feel like I was in range, but I think at level 3 it probably would have hit. Okay, so then you notice they're gonna go for the heal. We're just gonna follow Yui. She's most likely. Oh wow, I thought that would hit. Does that hit, or is the wall too tall? I'm not sure. It looks like it does, but I'm not entirely sure if it does. So I'm just kind of hovering over the body. Ace has to figure it out as if he's gonna go help or not. He punched Yui, and then she kind of runs off. And then now this is perfect for us because now I can go ahead and punch Yui now. And Ace, I guess, spent all his time stunning the zombies because instead of going on a generator, so I immediately go for the pickup. I somehow got blinded from behind the tree. I don't entirely know how. But she drops the pallet, so that's perfect for me. But now they have no option of getting any saves. And then I immediately go for the baited pickup. We know that they're kind of hiding. Ace is, of course, still there. I tried to get that hit, but I think it's just a little too short. So we go for the pickup now. We're gonna go ahead and drop her down to the basement. I think Ace started hiding in there or something like that to try to get like the sneaky save or some shit. I don't know. So we go ahead and put him on the hook. That's the first hook. Ace is there. We knock him down. So all that's left is Yui. And now the zombies are all hovering around the shack now, which is fantastic. I do run mainly the zombie movement speed add-ons. I was initially running the tentacle strike infection rate when I first started playing Nemesis, but then I realized that having the zombie movement speed is so useful. They really do come in clutch. So I went for nowhere to hide. I didn't really see anything. I saw some scratch marks. The other Yui just kind of gave up. So now we just knock her down, and that's the end of them. Go ahead and pick up this Yui. I think we can probably put her on the hook, like nearest to us. Unless they have like Unbreakable or something. So she's already dead. She's gone. And then finally we can go back down here and take our last hook. Had to tell them no real quick. They really thought they could bully the Nemesis. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, I guess you could say educational commentary, sort of thing. So every minute counts, you know. But I'd like to thank you guys. If you're watching up to this point, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, leave a like and a comment saying, yo, I want to see more of these common type of breakdowns of your games or something like that. Just to kind of see like how I get the wins. And if you want to see more Ghostface, obviously, you know, just kind of drop it in there.